Then we have the issue of access to this large market that people are dying for. And so, again, this is where you come into this absurd situation where the World Internet Conference is held in China, meant to promote China's vision of cyber sovereignty, which all of you have talked about. Basically, the idea that governments all over the world should have the right to control what appears on the internet in their countries. The most confusing part of it all is that Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, stood up at that conference and he celebrated China's vision of an open internet. He delivered the keynote speech on the opening day of that gathering. He wasn't there alone, by the way. He was joined by, some of the other attendees from Google and Cisco. But the most ironic part about it is that in a written response to questions to our colleagues, Senator Leahy and Senator Cruz, back in June, or earlier this year, I'm not remember the month, maybe it was back in November, Apple admitted that it had removed 674 VPN apps from its App Store in China. These are tools that allow users, of course, to circumvent censorship by routing traffic through other countries. And to comply with what they said they were complying with local law, Skype was also removed from Apple's China store, as was reported by the New York Times. So again, here's an example of a company, in my view, so desperate to have access to the Chinese marketplace that they are willing to follow the laws of that country, even if those laws run counter to what the company's own standards are supposed to be. And a good example for the United States and for our people, how some of these individuals who like to come here and lecture us about free speech and human rights and domestic problems then go abroad and are fully cooperative on some grotesque violation of human rights because there's a lot of money to be made and they don't want to offend their host country.